What's going on, folks? I'm Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man. Welcome to my channel, Modern Renaissance Man. What is going on with my camera? It's zooming in on some stuff that don't need to be zoomed in on. Wrong way. There we go. All right, let me get this fixed. Okay, there we go. All right, y'all. I know there's not no one in here right now because this is just a pop-up live, but I just wanted to use because I feel that a lot of people need to see this since this seems to be one of the big issues that a lot of people are talking about on the internet when it comes to modern women. If you have been paying attention, even just looking on YouTube, a lot of different things from Jess Pearly to a lot of people, Anton Daniels, Lapeef Network. It's been a lot of people, BSTV. It's been so many different channels, Chaotic Truth. There's been a lot of channels that have been talking about modern women. And I've been on these panels before and we had some discussions. And one of the things that I would tell them is that being in the medical field and everything, that we would get these women that would come in there. And I would tell them that it's absolutely, from my experience and what I've seen, I said this way that they're teaching feminism on these women is setting them up to be destroyed. It's setting them up to fail. And people will get ticked off like I'm trying to keep women from progressing, blah, 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 blah. But I'm like, I don't care what they say. You guys can do all the things that you want to do. But the way that they got them going at it, I said, is setting you guys up to be destroyed. It's setting you guys up to completely fail. So I've been on a lot of panels, kind of giving my input and actually giving it to them from a standpoint of I see this stuff in the clinic, or when people, a lot of times, you just kind of get some of your time just to kind of freshen up on things. Maybe one time I want to go and do a little bit of work in the pediatric. Maybe I want to go do it in the gynecology. I never go to gynecology though, so I ain't gonna lie about that. But sometimes I want to go and be in the kidney department, whatever, nephrology. But the point is, what I'm saying is that a lot of times, I'm one of those people that I just kind of like to do my little own thing off to the side. And so when I look at it, when we look at patients' charts, we look at their blood work and all this to determine how we're going to go about treating them, et cetera, et cetera. My point in telling you all that is this: a lot of women that I know that will come in and they are supposedly at their level, they have some achievement of success, and they are these independent women that are bosses, they're directors, et cetera, et cetera. They're in administration, they don't have families. And one of the things that I know about them is I tell people, I said 95% of them are on antidepressants versus the men who may be in the same exact position are not. So what I tell people all the time is that, look, I understand what's going on in the news, media, and everything like that, and you being driven by propaganda, sensationalism, et cetera, et cetera. But something that you cannot get away from and that you cannot deny is something called nature. This is not all women, but this is the majority of women have a biological clock, and you want to be a mother, you want to be in a family, you want to be married. But since you've come into this crazy rhetoric of this feminism that's been so radicalized that you guys are not even recognized anymore as being women. Matter of fact, y'all are losing the very thing that y'all were fighting to be equal to. They have tricked y'all into actually being like completely not equal to us. International Women's Day, and a man got awarded today. A man got Woman of the Year. Bruce Jenner got Woman of the Year. All these things that you guys complain about, what y'all want to equal with us, y'all literally handed it over to us. Y'all just don't know how y'all just got deceived in the trick. So when it all comes down to it, this might sound harsh. Y'all still can't compete with us because we beating y'all at being y'all. How did we get to a point to where men are beating women at being women? Because y'all got tricked and bamboozled and beguiled, like y'all have been getting beguiled from the beginning of time, to believe that a biological man is a woman. Nope, nope. He won fair and she won fair and square because that is a trans. No, that is it's a trans, but it still is a man. And y'all did this. Okay, so what I'm saying is that I want y'all to listen to this woman, and I'm going to kind of stop and go at this video a little bit. Maybe I'll play the whole video and then we'll talk over it a little bit, okay? Because I want to see what y'all response is going to be when y'all see this right here. All right, check this out. Okay, watch this. First of all, I'm gonna play it for a little bit, and I want to make sure that you guys let me know if you can hear it.
I'm sitting here with just this horrible realization. I've been divorced for 3 years, and in that 3 years, I have spent.
Okay, so before I carry on, can you guys let me know if you can hear this? I just need somebody to let me know if they can hear that lady whenever I just play the video. Did y'all hear her speak? Waiting on a yes. Okay, sounds good. Appreciate it, JQ and said, bro. Okay, so I'm gonna play this from the beginning. I'm gonna let it play through, then we're gonna go back through it. It's not this long of a video. This is only about 2 minutes. It's just different segments in here, but I want to focus on hers. Okay, so let me go ahead and play it back from the beginning, and we'll go back into this. All right. Where you at, girl? Okay, here we go. Check this out.
I'm sitting here with just this horrible realization. I've been divorced for 3 years, and in that 3 years, I have spent most of my days figuring out how I can become physically, mentally, financially, spiritually healthy enough to be able to afford
Okay, pay attention. Pay attention.
and take care of a child. And not only have I taken that time, but I've done the math, and it does not work out.
Who has been saying this on a lot of these panels and on his own channel when it comes to these women to get up in their 40s and all that? Okay, let's keep going.
I am not young enough, or fertile enough, or financially stable enough to even do another round of IVF. And at 36, like, I'm sorry, like, you're gonna say, like, you have time. Like, I don't. Because I can't spend another minute of my life trying to make something work when I'm just fighting upstream. I don't have a support system. I don't have the money. I don't have the resources or the community. And it just kills me. It kills me that I had embryos with my ex-husband
She
that were
deleted her baby.
viable,
She deleted her babies.
and they're just gone now. And my future with those children
Mm-hmm. Nature.
and my life as a mother
Uh-huh.
is
Nature.
it's gone. And it's not just that it's gone, it's the fact that it was decided for me
Nature.
by so many other people and factors. And that's what kills me. Because it was not my choice.
What? My body,
And I'm
my choice?
angry. And I'm heartbroken.
She wasted too much time to have a child.
Okay. You all just saw that, right? Folks, let me tell y'all, I'm a very reasonable person. And I am very sympathetic. But one thing I also am, I'm also truthful. It's okay to feel bad for a person while at the same time not buying into the BS. I feel bad for what she did and how she feels, but I am not about to buy into this BS and go along with this girl being a victim. You have to be very careful with things like this. And this, my fellow brothers, I'm talking about men, this is where we supposed to kick in and be able to decipher between that. Again, there's nothing wrong with having empathy for her. You feel bad for her. But we're not going to play into this whole role and make it seem like she was the victim. Okay? Y'all going to see why, oh man, Ty, wait, but it was so bad seeing her hurt like that. I get it. No, don't get me wrong. A lot of women, y'all probably in here, y'all probably feeling it. Some of y'all may not, but a lot of women, y'all are, oh man. Oh, that's terrible. I'm with y'all. But don't act like you didn't know what you were doing, young woman. Okay. So let's get ready to play this video. I'm going to pause and I'm going to be in here with y'all with it while we do this. Okay. Let's go back to the beginning and check this out. Okay. Here we go.
I'm sitting here with just this horrible realization.
Right. She said a horrible realization. And this is what I want y'all to know about something like this. There's a story in the Bible about the prodigal son. He wanted this inheritance from his dad. He figured he wanted to go out and do everything on his own. He went out and did everything on his own, wasted his money. Long story short, the dude ended up sleeping with hogs. And the Bible says when he came to himself, he realized that what he realized, see, a lot of people can be told the right thing to do. They can be led the right way. They can be led to the door, but it's their choice to walk through it. A lot of people have to have life teach them a lesson. And unfortunately, or however you look at it, fortunately, life taught this girl a lesson. She said she's come to the realization. That's called revelation. It's been revealed to her. Let's keep going.
I've been divorced for 3 years and
Divorced, and she's 36 years old. So she got divorced when she was 33. Can't have kids. That man probably wanted kids. Okay, let's keep rolling.
in that 3 years, I have spent most of my days figuring out how I can become physically, mentally, financially, spiritually healthy enough to be able to afford and take care of a child.
If y'all heard her correctly, she spent those years contemplating, thinking about wanting to do this, to be a mother, how she can be well mentally, spiritually, financially, all these things. All you hear is the rhetoric that was being fed to this girl, probably by a bunch of radical feminism ideology. Guaranteed or your money back. Let me go ahead and keep on going.
And not only have I taken that time, but I've done the math and it does not work out.
So I'm talking about. One thing I told y'all, you can feel sorry for the fact that this girl is sad and crying. But one thing I'm not going to do is try to take any excuses. You did the math and now you figured out that you probably not going to be able to make it. This is what I'm talking about. This is why it's absolutely 100% imperative that you as parents have to instill righteousness in your children. Encourage your little girls to be mommies. Encourage them to want to be a wife. Encourage your young men to be daddies. Encourage your young boys to want to be a husband. This is detrimental. Well, Tyler, people get divorced. Oh, stop it. Stop it. No, don't even try to go there and do that. You know what I'm talking about. This is absolutely detrimental to push people to be nothing more than some freaking sheep that's going to do nothing more than benefit the ones that you're working for. Don't have kids. Please don't procreate, you regular commoners. All we want is you to go out there and work and make more money for our companies and don't reproduce. We don't want you to have happiness at all. Your happiness is working for us. Your happiness is being an independent woman. Your happiness is not needing a man. Your happiness, I can get my own money. Your happiness, I don't need a man because if I need somebody to do something around the house, I'll call a carpenter. If I don't need a man, if I need somebody to help protect me, I will call the police. I don't need a man to fix my car because I can call a man to come and take my car to go get it fixed. I don't need no protection. I can just call the police, which most likely is going to be a man that's going to show up. This right here is a prime example, and I guarantee this video is going to be suppressed. It's kind of going viral. This thing right here, the repercussions of an ideology that's been sold to people, the consequences of what's been sold to people, the aftermath of an ideology that's been sold to people will always be suppressed by social media because they don't want them to know the truth. That's why you don't see hardly any videos about people that so-called detransition. They don't want that. What they want to do, they want to encourage you to get yourself destroyed and not show the aftermath of what happened after you got destroyed. That's what they want. What we are seeing right here, if I wasn't playing this, I don't know if y'all would even be able to see this video. And I hope that a lot of my other content creators get a hold of this video and talk about this. Because this right here, that's truth. That's her realization. She didn't say somebody told me this. She didn't say somebody came and talked to me and say these words. This woman, her natural biology, the nature that's within her, that nature that God put in every last one of us. When they say things like the biological clock is ticking, the biological clock is ticking. You battled with the very fabrics of your being, of being a well, Ty, there's some women out there that can't be, yeah, and look how terrible it is for some of those women that can't. They are devastated because they really want to be a mother. They want to be, they want to make, they want to give their husband children. They want a lineage. They want to know what it's like to laugh. They want to know what it's like to see their kids' eyes sparkle up on Christmas. They want to see what it's like to see their kids get excited over something that they bought them new. They want those experiences, but you are allowing this ideology to completely conflate that. You allowing this ideology to derail y'all and cheat y'all out of a life full of fulfillment with having children and a family. I don't know the ins and outs of this, but I can almost guarantee you guys that that man divorced her and he probably left. My mic went out, didn't it? And he probably left. He probably left because she couldn't give him children. And my light is flickering. What's going on here? So let me get ready to go ahead and show some more of this video right here.
I am not young enough.
Nope.
Or fertile enough.
Nope. So I'm gonna stop it right there. I know y'all getting tired of me stopping, but you can go back and watch this video over again. And this is the reason why. When you reach a certain age as a woman, especially when you get close to your 40s, if you are not like in peak condition, you're gonna have a hard time having children. Now, the reason why I say this is just think 36 years old. Let's just say if she was pregnant right now, she got maybe a full year before she can possibly get pregnant again. And each year that goes by, her chances are being lessened, especially if she's not healthy. If she's on any medications, if her body is starting to go through premenopausal type hormone chemical changes, it's going to be very hard for her to do it. Any woman, it's going to be very hard for you to try to produce kids because you're going in here late in the game. You're going in there when your body, natural nature, the word natural has nature in it. You're going against what nature has intended. Nature started your period. Nature's going to end your period. You got a time slot is what you got. When you mature as a woman on a mental level, follow me, because some folks say, so you said people to get to some people had their periods at 9 years old and 10. Stop it. When you are mature enough as a woman mentally, you should be eager to want to get involved with a man that wants to marry you. You should be eager to want to be a mother, because guess what? After you have raised your children, you can always go back to college and go and be your independent, and you can always go back and make your own money. But one thing you cannot go back and do once you've reached a certain point in your natural life, you can't go back and produce kids. You can't go back and have your own blood, is what I'm getting at. Well, Ty, people can adopt. I get all that. Yeah, you can love them and all that, but you are not going to be able to have that full connection like you would if that was your child. That's you get. I don't think even people even know the significance of when I say that. Your child. That's your child. You get to look at them and see yourself. Do y'all even know? I mean, as a father, my two sons, it's so incredible just to be able to go through an experience like this of being a parent, that I can look at my son and we got the same, he got eyebrows like mine. We got this, genetic. It's just cool to see it being passed down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just look at your kid and one of my eyebrows, this, I think is this one right here. This one right here, it's the only one that kind of fans out this way just a little bit. My son has the same exact thing. His eyebrows are thick and shiny, just like mine. You know what I'm saying? It's good to, it's awesome to see your children grow and you can see them make that, like, we've all looked in the mirror at each other before. And you looked at your own self in the mirror, and it's so amazing to see your children make the same facial expressions that you make and look exactly like you. This is the part that people don't understand. You hear the phrase, and people never elaborate on it when they say things like, children are a blessing. Because what they don't tell you, your children's they're gonna give you laughs that you never would have gotten if you didn't have them. They're going to give you joy that you never would have had if they did not live with you and you got to see things. They're going to do things that make you just feel something that life cannot give you unless they're your children, to make you proud. Because you're looking at that and like, mine, that's mine. Mine did that. My child did that. You get to see things that will bless you so much, just to see their own creativity come out. My two sons can play instruments just like me, and I never taught them. I wasn't taught. But just to see that get passed down is just so like, why would you want to miss out on something like that for the sake of money? For the sake of just to be able to say you got your own money, you got your own house, you got your own car. But what you don't have is the joy of what having children would bring you. What you don't have is the life experiences of having children would bring you. Sergeant Doors says, here's to thick and shiny eyebrows. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. And God bless you for that. So let me go ahead and finish some more of this video right here. Let me see if I gave y'all the screen. All right, give me a second. Okay. Here we go.
We're financially stable enough.
Spent all your money.
To even do another round of IVF.
Can't do IVF.
At 36, like, I'm sorry, like, you're gonna say, like, you have time, like.
Look what she said. What I wish that she would do, I wish that she would call out the feminist who told her this. Like she said, I'm sorry, you're gonna say, who is the your? Call them out. You should say, if you even know their name, she should say, I don't care if it was her own mom, sister, cousin, co-workers, the group that I'm a part of, you guys gonna tell me that I have time. They pushed you to be like that. Call them out. They're the ones that ruined it for you, but at the same time, it was still ultimately, as a grown woman, your choice, because it was your body, right? Give me a second. I'll bring her back up.
I don't. Because I can't spend another minute of my life trying to make something work when I'm just fighting upstream.
You want to know what? If y'all want to know something here, who's going to win between man and nature? Who's going to win between man and nature? Have you ever seen somebody try to stop a hurricane? Have you ever seen somebody try to stop a tsunami? Have you ever seen somebody try to stop a tornado? Have you ever seen somebody try to stop an eruption in volcano with lava coming down at 200 miles? Have you ever seen somebody? Nature is always going to win. So this upstream battle that she's fighting is nature. And nature saying, oh, I'm closing you up, sis. I'm putting you through premenopausal. I'm getting ready to fry your eggs. You getting ready to get hot flashes, and we're getting ready to start to fry your eggs. And you can do all the testing you want to. You can go to the best doctor in the whole wide world, but them doctors with all the practice that a lot of us in medicine went through, and a lot of people in the medical field went through, one thing we cannot stop is nature. Just like we can't stop death. That's part of nature. You won't be able to stop it. You won't be able to stop it.
I don't have a support system.
That's the ticker right there, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I try to warn. This is what I try to warn them about. I told you, they will root you for you. They will cheer you on. They will tell you to slay. I'm talking about anybody that's part of the LGBT community who is seeking to possibly get gender reaffirmation surgery and all, gender affirmation surgery and all that. All of these people that's telling y'all to go for it, go do it. Yes, that's you. Oh my God, it's our time. Blah blah blah. They are not going to be there with you once you get all that done, because they are not going to want to be held accountable for encouraging you to do something that was completely life-changing and detrimental to you. They are not going to be there, but they certainly will be there and encourage you. I don't know what the psychological term it is that I'm thinking of, but we learned it in psychology. And I always just say it in a layman's way. You can get positive feedback, okay? You can get positive. Man, this light is getting on my nerves. It just keeps on flickering. I don't know why. But you can get positive feedback for doing something that's negative, and it tricks your subconscious into thinking that what you're doing is right. I tell this story all the time about my nephew. He was going around saying patu bit, and that's his way of saying F-U-B, like saying uck you. That was his way of saying it. And when he would do it, the family would laugh about it. And anybody that came around, they would tell him, say it to him, say it to her. And he'll go, patu bit. And they would laugh about it, joke about it. Anybody came in, he'll patu bit. Everybody laughed about it until he went to school and started saying it. Then all of a sudden, he's getting in trouble. He got in trouble by his parent. He was getting spanked. And while he was getting spanked, he was going, patu bit, while he was getting spanked. It messed his mind up. He couldn't figure out, wait a minute, why am I being punished for something that was being praised and clapped at? I don't understand. He couldn't understand it. I thought what I was doing was a good thing. Y'all praised me for it. Y'all encouraged me to do it. Y'all would point at people and tell me to say it to. And now I'm being punished. What I'm saying is that action of encouraging, the action of praising people for doing a heinous act to themselves, it will be perceived by them as something that's good and positive. But then the minute they do it and it becomes a complete devastation to them, they don't have that support system. She just got done saying out of her mouth that she has no support because the radical feminist has no answer for what she's going through right now. Their answer is going to be, oh, we need to find you a club or a community of people that can support what? How are you going to support me not being able to have a child? How are you going to support me that my husband left me? How are you going to support me of being able to experience what it's like to be pregnant, to give birth to a child? How can you support me through that? Y'all listen, because this is going to be for somebody that might be on the verge of making a really, really bad mistake. You won't be able to get that back. Matter of fact, I don't even like to say you're not going to get it back. I like to say you're just never going to get it. You're never going to get it. There's no getting back because you never even had it. It is really crazy. It's really messed up. And I think that this type of ideology needs to be completely abolished because it's not doing anything but hurting the particular individuals that they're pushing this on. But at the same time, I'm not going to fret away from the fact that this girl is a grown woman and that she might have been a part of the whole my body, my choice, which we're going to get into that because she made a statement here that definitely made me like, oh, no, I'm not going for that. I'm not going for that. Here we go.
I don't have the money.
Nope.
I don't have the resources or the community.
There it is again. She don't have the community. Where is the community? What community are you talking about? Huh? Come on, take a wild guess, y'all. What community is she talking about? She's not talking about her neighbors that live around her. What community? I guarantee you're talking about those feminists. They have no answer for you. You know what you're about to be? You're going to be just as mad and pissed off and angry and bitter as they are. That's why they say misery loves company. They only cared about you being a part of their movement, being in a club with being other pissed off, mad, just vindictive women, because y'all did not get to experience what it's like to have those experiences that I just got done talking about of having a child. Y'all can sit up there all day and pretend that y'all, I'm good. I'm good. Say that all day. You can say that all day. If you were good, you wouldn't have to go out there and let people know that you're good. You would just be moving along life, not caring. Nobody would even know. It's the same exact thing I say about people that are trans, gay, whatever like that. You guys are so okay with yourselves that you got to announce it to the world. Nobody cares. That's the issue. You want somebody to care. I'm a woman, hear me cry. I'm a woman, I want to be equal as a man. I only make 72 cents on a dollar while a man makes blah, 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 which has nothing to do with living life. All it did was put something in your mind to create a problem that wasn't even a problem that you might have even thought of at all. They gave you a problem and you just got pissed off for something that you just didn't even care about. This is what this does. It's devastating. Let's continue on. She don't have the community. They're not going to reach out to her. What can they say? Because what can they say to her?
And it just kills me. It kills me that I had embryos with my ex-husband that were viable.
Y'all hear that? You hear that? Man, y'all know what that means. She had embryos, right? When you have to do something like IVF, because I'm not going to say his name, but I got one of my best friends that I grew up with in the hood. He and I both became very successful husbands, very successful fathers. This dude got 5 boys, okay? He and his wife had some things that they had to do. When you have viable embryos, usually like after the second or third time they try with that, it's like it's a wrap. They just not, but she was trying to get pregnant and it wasn't happening. It was not happening.
And they're just gone now.
Yep.
And my future?
What about those embryos' future? What about my body, my choice? This, ladies and gentlemen, is the ramifications. This is the repercussions and the consequences of my body, my choice.
My future with those children?
Yep. Gone.
And my life as a mother?
Gone.
Is just... It's gone.
Gone.
And it's not just that it's gone, it's the fact that it was decided for me.
Now, that's the part that I have to take a pause on right there. You can't go around talking about pro-choice and my body, my choice, and now you talking about it was decided for you. Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. Don't, man, look, I get that she's sad. I would literally sit there and counsel this girl. I get that she's sad. I get that she's upset, but don't sit there and try to act like you are the victim in this case right now when you clearly made that decision early on in your life to do exactly what you're doing right now, but you just didn't think that it was going to happen to you. You took a gamble and you lost. You won't. Y'all can say what you want to, folks. Look, we've had a foster child before, okay? You can love them, you can lead and guide them, et cetera, but when it all comes down to it, because there's that nature, there's that biology, there's that DNA, that they will never be able to have that sort of connection like I do with my own blood. They didn't come from me. I don't see me in them. I don't see none of my certain characteristics. I don't see like anything that got to do with like what I passed down to them genetically. My ears, my nose, my eyebrows, my lips, my broad shoulders. I don't get to see that because that's not mine. So you can say, oh, she can adopt. Y'all, that's not the same, because that's not the same as being a mother. Just because a man or a woman who's never had children ever, just because they adopt, it does not mean, I get it, by titles we call them mother, but by experience, they're not. It is a total different ball game of birthing your child, seeing your child born, seeing them come out of your wife, being wiped off, belly button being clipped, to know that life, that development, that came from you. It is one of the most amazing things. So what I'm saying to you right now, guess what it does for my little mentorees? Their eyes light up and they want to do that. They want to be that. They want to be a wife. They want to be a husband. They want to experience that. And I get it. Kids that are left unfortunate, I get it. They turn out to be some of the greatest people in this earth, right? They do. I get that, but what I'm saying is that if you adopt a child, that does not give you the experience of fatherhood and motherhood, because what made you a mother? What made you a father? People gonna get pissed off at this, and it's not to say anything. I'm not saying, I'm not saying nothing wrong against people that adopt, but what I'm telling you is what makes you a legit mother and father is when you produce your own, is when that child comes from you. That's what makes you the mother. And I get it. We say mom and dad because I adopted them. I get that. It's cool. I'm not saying nothing against that at all. Okay. I just want to make that clear. I'm not saying nothing against that at all. So let me go ahead and continue in this a little bit more. Oh, did I give y'all the screen? Oh, yeah, I did. Let me bring myself back up a little bit too. I'll show her now.
So many other people and factors.
Let me go back a little bit so we can.
And that other people. It's the fact that it was decided for me by so many other people and factors. And that's what kills me. Because it was not my choice.
I'm sorry. Again, yes, it was. Yes, it was. You decided that every year that passed that you did not want to be a mother because she was trying to be independent and all that jazz. Every single, well, she was married. I give her that. She was married. I guess. I don't know how long she was married. That's why we need some context in there more. But yeah, absolutely. Yes, it was. I don't know all the ins and outs, but yes.
Angry.
I don't know if she's saying that she might have, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt here a little bit. Maybe she's saying that she was pregnant and they were trying, no, because she said IVF. That means they were trying to do it on their own some type of way. And maybe the husband just like, I want to have kids and you can't give them to me. Now, I don't know how long she was married, but if she was married for a long time and they were trying, and they tried all these different methods and he left her, dude is a complete bum. But, what's going on, Nuts?
I'm heartbroken.
She wasted too much time to have a child. Now she is 36 and ran out of money doing IVFs to try to have a baby. This is what happens when modern women try to push their biological clock to the test.
Boom. He just said it. So, yeah, y'all. I mean, it is what it is. These are decisions and these are the consequences. If you want to sit there and play around and mess around with nature, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. Nature is always going to win. I have family members that are married, and as a husband and as a wife, they both decided before they even got married that they didn't have no interest in wanting to have kids. Okay? Got a relative just like that. Long-lasting marriage. And they both decided early on they did not want to have kids. And she stuck by it. She's she's an awesome relative. He's an awesome relative too. They're married. They're still happy. Some people are just like that. But the danger is when you try to push all women, and y'all, they're not just trying to say some, they're pushing all women to be like this. And what's sad about this as well is most likely this girl is never going to get a man that's going to want to be with her. Because if there is a man that wants to possibly marry this woman and that man wants children, she's not going to be able to give him children. So it's a real good chance that she might be lucky and get blessed that a guy might come along who doesn't have kids, who doesn't want kids. He just want a partner to go and see the world and all that. She may luck out with that. But the issue is she is still going to be battling. She is going to need therapy. She is going to need professional help to help her adapt to the choices that she's made. That's what she's going to need. She can adopt and all those things, like they said, she can adopt, blah, blah, blah. But then again, that's another variable. Is the man that she might want to be with. Let's just say she said, no, I always want a baby. So she goes and adopt a baby. She's raising the baby. She calls herself a single mother. Well, most dudes are not trying to get with a single mother. And then to turn around and say, I actually adopted a baby. This is what they don't tell you, radical feminists. Now, I have nothing against people. I have nothing against feminists, but I got issues with certain type of feminists. The radicalized feminists, the ones who telling girls to be free, explore your sexuality, be you, do all the things you need to do before you set. That is the worst advice to give anybody, any human being, anybody. It is the worst advice to give these young girls. I have people that follow me on my channel right now. They had children. They'll tell you, I made a mistake, blah, blah, blah. But they will not. Now, see, y'all got to understand this. Listen to my words. They will say, I made a mistake. They're not talking about the child. They're talking about the mistake that they made prematurely with being with the person that got them pregnant. But they don't call their baby a mistake. I got somebody in here holding it. I got all kinds of subscribers in here that are women that are holding it down and are doing great. They got great jobs. They're raising their kids right, or their kid right. They are holding it down, being a good mother. They are holding it down by putting their son or their daughter around other individuals that can mentor them and encourage them and lead them along the way. These mothers are doing an excellent job of doing that, and I commend them for doing that. But what they will tell you is that when they say it was a mistake, folks instantly jump on you saying your baby. No, they're not telling you that the child was a mistake. What they're saying is the experience that they had with the man that got them pregnant because he did not stick around. That was a mistake, but not the child. So we're not going to try to make this ordeal where we're comparing this to this girl. She made a decision to do all these things she wanted to do, and now guess what? Don't even feel like it now. Is now look, hey girl, but you still go tell this girl right here. Go tell this girl. Go tell this girl. Hey, but you can leave and go when you want to. Girl, you can go out and turn up. Girl, you can go see the world. You think she want to hear that? Because guess what? There's something inside of her called nature. She wants to be a mother. She wants to be a mother. She probably wanted to be the woman to stay at home, have babies, wipe them, clean them, love them, read them bedtime stories, welcome her husband when he comes home. She probably dreamed of having that, but y'all freaking crazy radical feminists took that away because y'all have it out there competing with men. Why would y'all want to try to get out there and compete with us? And now you see we are whooping y'all butt at even being your own selves. Why are you trying to go out there and compete? We're not competing with y'all. That's because you were in a man's world. No, it's because we didn't care. We were just working, making this world a better place, making roads, making buildings, so it can benefit all humanity. We wasn't sitting there thinking like, oh, I feel kind of bad that my wife can't be up here on this skyscraper. I feel kind of bad that the women can't be out here making these roads with us. We did not care because guess what? We were doing it for the benefit of y'all, along with all humanity. We weren't doing it for selfish reasons. They're encouraging you women to get all these things and do all these things for selfish reasons. I'm wrong? Tell me why when they encourage y'all to do that, it has everything to do with what's going to benefit you materialistically. When we say it again, tell me why, if it's such a good thing to be this radical feminist, that everything they tell you the benefits of it is everything to do with having something materialistic. Well, they do say, I get to go home to a peaceful home. No, you don't, because quietness is noise. It's not peaceful when I'm bored. Being bored is not peaceful. I don't know. Hello? Anybody ever tell you that? Being bored is not peaceful. It's terrible. Well, I mean, you can be at home and what? And what? Who you talking to? Who you conversating with? Again, pushing people to do this and telling them the benefits of it is getting something materialistic does not even compare or even equate to the experiences you would have as a mother. It's not even close. I'm sorry. That is a no. A woman having her own car, having her own home, having her own money, all that jazz doesn't even equate or even compare to the experience of what being a mother would bring you. Any mother that's in here right now will flat out agree with that. Being a mother, there is no competition that anything that can be done or given to you materialistic is going to be able to compare to being a mother. And the radical feminists have lied to y'all about that. Y'all painted men out to be the bad guys when men, we weren't doing nothing but doing everything to benefit women and to benefit society and to benefit our own offspring. We're not in competition with y'all. There is no competition. Well, we only make this on the dollar. Y'all make that much. Okay. If we give that to y'all, what is that going to do for you? What are you going to do with it? Well, that's our business. No, y'all showing us what you're going to do with it. That's why you're telling us what you're doing with it. You rub it in our face that you got your own money, you got your own car, you got your own house. And you know what? I don't know if you want to know this. This is hot off the press. Men don't give a flying boop. Oh, how much money y'all got, or what car y'all got, or y'all homes. We don't give a flying flipping care. Because that's not our dang, that's not what we do it for. You really think that men are out there talking about, I got my own house, I got my own car, I pay my own bills, I make my own money? No, because men are typically doing that to the benefit of other people, or they're getting ready to benefit the wife that they're about to bring into this kingdom to where they can actually spread their seed, have their own family. They are building this so they can benefit the ones that are coming behind them. Most men that want to have a family, that purposely have a family, is doing it and they're working so they can have that. It's not about, well, so you just want your woman at home. That's what I'm saying. They're feeding y'all a bunch of nonsense. Why can't you be happy at home with your kids? I have people that I work with that's in the professional world right now. Female doctors, nurses, PAs, nurse practitioners, CNAs, housekeeping. When I was going through work, you know what they would tell me? They say, I talk about my family to everybody on my jobs and the facilities that I go to, right? You know what a lot of them say to me? Some of them say, I haven't met your wife, but I'm so jealous of your wife. I wish I can be home with the kid. This is what they're saying. These are doctors now, balling. Okay. Y'all know doctors, they make a good salary, right? So despite of these doctors having all this money, they are still saying to me, if my husband was willing, or if I didn't want to give up my money, I wish I can just stay home and do the same thing. I want to be at home with my kids. My husband come home and tell me about his day, and I tell him what the kids did. Most of you guys, not even some of them putting there, well, Ty, there is daycare. Yes. So then the daycare get to sit there and share those experiences with your child that you're supposed to. Daycare get to see your child take his first walk. The daycare get to hear your child say mama. The daycare get to see all that stuff. The daycare get to see the teeth coming in. The daycare get to see the teeth coming out. You see what I'm saying? As a baby, your baby is going to be sitting there almost kind of like confused on who's mommy. So that's what I'm saying, folks. It's absolutely a dead end, and it is set up to destroy women when you push them to do this. Now, some of y'all gonna jump in this whole thing. Well, what if the husband died? That's y'all. We not talking. Can we stick to the fact that I'm talking about the ideology that's being pushed? Well, if the husband died and she left by herself, then what? Well, guess what? That man that she's with, they should already be talking about it. I got a $2 million life insurance policy out on me. I got funeral stuff all set up. So you at least going to be set for a long amount of time before you able to get the job and do what you need to do to hold things down. That's what men do. $2 million life insurance policy. Two separate things already set up. This, if he goes, want to do his own thing, there go your $300K. My other one, if you want to go and do X, Y, and Z, there goes your $300K. But it's building right now. But that's what it's at right now. I go $2 million going to my wife. You telling me you don't have enough time to put some stuff together? Well, $2 million can be spent. So stop the cap, stop the lie, stop. What I'm saying that for is that's what a lot of real men who are definitely family oriented, that's what they do. They hold it down for their family. So don't try to throw the BS stuff in there. Well, if that man died and she gets stop. Daycare and you, man, whew, I told you, our one of our hospitals offered daycare. You know what the people told me that work? We had some people that in medicine that they put their kid in daycare. They're like, dang, I might as well. It was cheaper staying home. We had more money coming in because daycare, it cost a lot. What's the point? It's easier you don't have to worry about your child possibly being bit by another child, getting sick from other children, having poop smeared on them. You know where it comes from. Some of their hair got cut. The little kid cut your child. You don't have to worry about any of that when if your wife is at home. I'm telling you, there's benefits to it. My wife was already college educated when we were married. I was coming out of high school. My wife was already out of college. That woman has her degree and was part of a lucrative fraternity. I mean, sorority. I'm sorry, sorority. One of the most lucrative sororities, AKAs. Right? My wife. But guess what? The way that I moved, the way that I presented myself, the way that I carried myself, my ambitions, my dream, what I was aspiring to do, and she saw that, she recognized it, and as we were vetting, she seen this dude is really serious about what he's doing. I'm talking to the extent to where I was like, look, I'm not about to let this get in my way. This is not getting in my way. No woman gonna get in my way. This is what I'm gonna do. Da, 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 da. And guess what my wife did? She said, I'm independent. I don't need no money. I don't need no man to take care of me. That's not what she did. You want to know what happened? Something called nature kicked in. And within 3 weeks of vetting, courting, me and my wife, y'all, I'm telling y'all, we talked hours upon hours upon hours. My day consisted of going to school, track practice. After track practice, if I wasn't meeting with my wife and I talked a minimum of 5 hours every time we got on the phone. Every time. And all we were doing was vetting each other, figuring things out, talking about this, talking about that. We weren't just talking about no lollygagging stuff. Oh, I like you, you like me. Oh, you hang up. No, you hang up. No. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into the medical field. I'm going to do this. I want to be a doctor. If not, and my first step is going to school to be a PT first, and then I'll be able to work as a PT part-time while going even further into medicine. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. And with that, also, I don't want to wait to have children a long time because I don't want to be one of those fathers that's like getting gray hair and I'm just not having kids. I actually would like to have kids early and let my kids actually see struggle so they can see what it's like to actually progress. And guess what? Because of how I was moving, how I carried myself, 3 weeks. Don't blush, baby. 3 weeks. She's telling me she loved me. 3 weeks. We started dating the last week in September. Okay. All of our talking and vetting and everything going on through October. We spent every single day together and talking. If we went together and she had to work certain hours, we were on the phone talking about our future, about what we want to see in the future. We weren't talking about like being, we weren't even talking about being married. We were just saying like she was telling me what type of husband she wanted. I'm telling her what type of wife I want. We were not just thinking, we were just talking and vetting, right? All through October, right? November came. I was away on a trip and I was on the phone talking to my wife. And I said to her, would you want to marry me? She said, you're not serious. I said, you didn't answer the question. She said, stop joking. I said, you still did not answer my question. Remember, this is a hard question to ask. So I'm like, look, you blushing on the other side of the phone, aren't you? You blushing, aren't you? She's laughing. Stop. I said, answer the question. She said, yes. I said, oh, okay, well, good. I said, at least I know that when the time comes around, you better not renege on that. And she just laughed it off. I played it off. We went into a whole nother conversation, blah, 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 blah. What she did not know is while I was off on that trip, I had the ring, right? I come back from the trip. I'm telling her all about my trip, da, 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 and what I did. When we were sitting down talking, I purposely put some pictures and some different things that I did on that trip on the opposite side of her. And she's facing me. We're sitting down. We're talking, right? And then I say, oh, yeah, so grab those pictures over there and you'll see what I'm talking about. When she turned and did like this to look at the pictures, she's looking at them. And I said, did you say yes? And she looked and she was like, you know how they do. And look, I'm original. I did not get down on one knee. I did not do the whole, baby, we've been together for a long time. I have never loved anybody in my entire life like I loved you. You make me smile. You make me laugh. I didn't do any of that. I'm original, baby. She distracted by looking at those things I had her look at. And as soon as she turned around, I was like, did you say yes? Boom. Player. Skills, baby. So anyway, my point is saying all that is my wife, with all her education, with being a part of one of the most prestigious sororities, get a job anywhere with her degree. She chose to do what nature calls her to do. She would sit there and tell you all day long, like, I don't know. She was already telling, she said, when I got out of college, I was already set. She had her own car. She had her own place. She was set. But what in the world caused that woman to get on board with a dude in high school? This dude 18 and she's 24. What made her get behind this dude in high? This dude don't even got a, now look, listen to this, folks, listen. This dude don't even have a career. This dude is in high school. He don't have a place of his own. What? But she sat there and let nature run its course. Then this is what I tell a lot of those men. If you are moving like you are supposed to be moving in your masculinity as a man with such integrity, with assertiveness, with showing that your demeanor will let her know that just based off your demeanor and how you're talking, how you move, that you will protect her, that you would love her, that you would carry her, that you would take care of her if she gets sick. Women seeing a man move like that, they just, they love it. Nature would kick in. I want to be with that man. But oh no, what we like to do, no man, these women out here, these women, they out here on some, my job is to be moving in my masculinity, is to be moving like a man to attract the type of female that I want. And I got exactly that. Folks, with that being said, we are in the month of March, April, May, June. In 3 months, your boy will be married 22 years. And I know I look like I'm in my 20s, but no, I'm married that long. I would be married 22 years, June 2nd. 22 years. I won't be able to sit here and tell you a lie. If you was to tell me, Ty, would you trade all your vehicles? Would you trade all your homes? Or would you want those experiences you got as a husband, as a father? Which one would you trade in? Oh, that material stuff is going to go. That material stuff is going to go. The experiences I've had and is still having with my family, there is nothing materialistically that's going to be able to even remotely compare to that. Not cars break down, they come and go. A new model come out, you want something different. That's why I say a car. I have cars, I have houses, because you're gonna want something different. Maybe we want to go live in the one, we're gonna go stay in Florida for a little bit, whatever like that. I get tired of that. I mean, golly, change the room around and all that in the house. Oh, I'm gonna paint and all that. That's why people get upset when I refer to certain things in the Bible. I don't say these things to try to preach at folks, try to make you religious or believe in Jesus. No, that's not what I'm saying. That book is very, very awesome. You know what it says about things with us? It said the eyes are never satisfied, nor is the belly ever full. There is a person in the Bible, one of the richest people in the world, that was in the Bible. He said, I sought after and I got everything I set my eyes on and my mind to. He said, I had the best maid service, the best male servant. I had gardens built. I had things built. I had the most gold, the most money, the most jewelry. I had the most parties. I had the best wine, the best food, the best servants, the best service. I've been to all different places that I desired to go. I had all the things that I desired. Everything my heart desired, he said, I had it and I did it. And guess what he said? I found it all to be vexation. He found it all to be vanity. But guess what he said? He concluded that there's nothing better than to eat, drink, and be merry with family. So somebody like Ty Smith, I take that into a heavy consideration and I test it. It's true. You're going to always have a new car, a new Bugatti. I don't care how rich you are. You got money. You're going a new Bugatti. You're going to have a new house. New phones come out. Everything comes out that's going to be new. But one thing that never gets old, one thing that you are going to take with you and be with you on your deathbed is going to be something called memories. When my patients, and thank God that I was able to experience this with them and get a crazy understanding, my patients that were on their deathbed, a week to live, 2 weeks to live. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I hate when I had to do my rotation doing hospice and with the cancer, I hated it. But at the same time, because of the type of person that I am, all the people that passed away, I made them feel so comfortable. I made them laugh. That's just me. I made a comment to somebody I was talking to the other day. I told them, somebody that's really dear to me and close to me, I said, we knew that they were passing away. And we knew that they might have had days based off of how their organ functions were. We knew that they had days. And you know what I said to her? And she laughed so hard. I said to her, I said, now look, do me a favor. I said, when you get up there and you meet God, tell God to understand this, what I'm saying to him. I said, sis, I will see you when I get there, but let God know I ain't in no hurry to see you. And she started laughing so hard. And even up to the days to where she's going to pass away, she keep on saying, Ty, I keep thinking about when you said that right there. I've never heard that in my life. You made me laugh so hard. But guess what? My patients, up until the days that they passed away, all they talked about was family, their sons, what he did. That boy was dumb as a moon cricket. He sat there and tried to jump sand dunes while tying a rope around himself onto a roll bar while his friend jumped. That's all. I never heard any of them, and a lot of them were rich. I never heard them say things like, oh, my cars, my houses. Oh, they all talked about experiences they had with their family. Summary, this crazy ideology has been pushed on you women to go and be all these things. Is going to rob you of these experiences, and you most likely are going to die alone. Now, let me not say alone. You're going to most likely die without family of your own that came from your womb, that you will be able to sit there and tell another type of Ty Smith in the days leading up to your death about your son, about your daughter, how proud you are of them. Then start talking about your own grandchildren. These grandchildren came from you. Your lineage is left behind. Your blood is left behind. Your memory is left behind. But to die as a single woman with no kids, no record would ever be out there about you that your kids will be able to say, my mom. No record would be out there about you, about your grandchildren saying, my grandma was the sweetest. No record would be out there about you if you was possibly going to be a great grandmother to say, my great grandmother was so nice. She was so sweet. I love when she baked this and made that. Your memory of you is going to be completely erased, because I hate to break it to you. I'm serious, because this is life. I don't know anybody that constantly talk about, I'm just being real. Let's keep it real. I don't know anybody that constantly talk about their brother and their sister after they passed away. I am not saying this to be rude. You will remember your brother. I'm just saying, if you have a brother or a sister that passed away, yes, you love them dearly, but you are not going to be able to love your brother or your sister as much as their own children or their own husband or their own wife will. You won't. You won't. It won't happen. No, another time, me and my sister had a close bond, but you will not be able to tell stories that your sister children would have been able to tell. You won't be able to tell stories that your sister's grandchildren would have been able to tell. You can't. You don't have those experiences. You have your own life, living in your own home, doing your own thing. But what you're going to do every year, you might go and visit the gravestone, the tombstone, and put flowers there. You might cry a little bit and wipe your little tears off your face. You might think about things. Guess what you do? You think about what? Experiences that you and your sister had. That's what you do. But those kids, if your sister was to have kids or grandchildren, pictures of her all over their house, all over the house, in photo albums, all of that. You might have a picture of your sister in your house, but you're not going to have it up there like your sister kids would or your sister grandchildren would. This is what they're doing to y'all. They're robbing you of this blessing. Crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy. Y'all, appreciate y'all kicking it with me. You know I eat once a day, and I got to get ready to do that. Y'all like, dude, it's like midnight. You about to eat? Yes. I work out. I take care of business on my job. When I leave my job, I work out hard. And ironically, today, I did a crazy 2-hour-long workout, right? Get home. My wife tells me, because she don't go to the gym I go to a gym where they got a lot of extreme equipment, okay? My wife tells me, oh, would you come to the Y with me? My sons, yeah, Dad, you should come to the Y with us because to just give us a workout. I went and did it with them. I did it 2 hours now. I can show, I will show y'all. Hold on, let me see. I will show y'all. You don't believe me? I'm gonna show you. I'm not kidding you on this. Watch this. Show you what show you how your boy get down in the gym and everything. I'm not about to show y'all me working out or nothing, but I'm about to show you what my Fitbit recorded in regards to give me a second here, it's syncing. My Fitbit is going to show you how long I was working out, how intense it was, et cetera, okay? All right, so today is Wednesday, right? Okay, today is Wednesday. See that? At 1:07 p.m., 104 minutes, right? Now, back at this time frame when I started it with my wife and my sons, another, okay, let me see if it's going to zoom in, 105 minutes. Look at the heart rate, average beats per minute, 121. Another 800 some calories burned. My point in saying that, I don't have a lot of fat for my body to use. So I got to go put some of that back in my system. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm getting ready to go and smash some food. So a whole lot of food. Okay. So anyway, appreciate you guys all being here. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already. Don't forget to double check and make sure that you still are subscribed to my channel. You can find me on Instagram as Modern Renaissance Man. The O in modern is a 0. You can find me on Rumble as Modern Renaissance Man, but you would have to put in something like Modern Renaissance Man Variety Channel, okay? You can find me on TikTok as Modern Renaissance Man. The O in modern is a 0. I also have another channel called Man, Husband, Father, but you can also put in MRM Ministry, and that will come up. That's where y'all can find me. Check the links in the description where you can find things in there like where the t-shirts. Thank y'all. Look, they kind of sold out, but they say they should be starting back Friday. Those shirts I made that says unvaxxed and proud, and then on the back it says hashtag pure blood, they sold out. So I appreciate y'all for the support, but they're supposed to be getting them back up there on Friday. So y'all can keep on checking Teespring to see if they're there. They might have them up. I don't know. But if you're going to buy a t-shirt there, thank you so much. I am transparent with y'all. Each time you buy a t-shirt, your boy gets $4. Woo, baller. Really? So anyway, yeah, check the links in the description down below. For those of you that have sent in Cash App, appreciate y'all. Y'all know I don't care if you send something. If you do, great. If you don't, great. The blessing that y'all can do for me is hitting that like button, sharing the videos, telling people about this channel, telling them to go and subscribe to it. That's the number one thing that I would like for y'all to do. And that don't cost y'all nothing but a few breaths. All right. Y'all know how I end my show. I'm Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and I hope and pray that all of you guys that are listening to me right now have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray that every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.